Hey guys, so today I want to talk about codependency, which is a very commonly talked about concept. Um, and I think this is so important to understand in our relational dynamics, how quickly we can fall into codependency, but really trying to find out, where did this start, who did this start with, and why this feels safe. So when you're thinking about codependency, it is an excessive reliance on others for a sense of self. You are looking to the other person for approval to be whole. So the simple way of saying it is, if you're okay, I'm okay. And you often lower your own needs in order to help the other person, and you're getting fulfilled through being in the caregiver role. So no, it's not wrong to be a helper, but oftentimes in codependency, this is to gain a sense of self, to have that feeling of love. So really we are giving to receiving, even though it is very subconscious. Usually in this dynamic, there is a passive person that is overly relying on the more dominant person. So the passive person, you can say, is more helpless and struggles with self-doubt, struggles to make their own decisions, and relies on the more dominant person to basically do that for them. The dominant person is getting a sense of self through the passive person relying on them. So you could say the dominant person could even be, it's not just an aggressive type, but if I am helping the other, if that other person needs me, I'm getting addicted to their sense of need. So as we are exploring this, I encourage others to really go back to where this first started. Oftentimes it does start with a caregiver, and this could have been you being an emotional regulator for a parent, you assuming a role that maybe wasn't even told to you. Maybe it wasn't even like in a verbal sense, but due to maybe temperament or other various factors, you started assuming a role in your family where you noticed that there was lack. So it could have been the mother who did not have a supportive spouse, becoming anxious and depressed. So you filled that role of the surrogate spouse and started attuning to mother to regulate her, and it worked because she allowed that as well. And when you're seeing that that pattern is working, you are also gaining a sense of self of, oh wow, like I'm getting positive reinforcement from this role, so I must continue doing that. So look back at where you feel like these dynamics started, and oftentimes then it is displaced in our adult relationships where we start reverting back to the same role, especially in romantic relationships. In part 2 of this video, we will go through symptoms of codependency to take a deeper look.